What's good, brothers? What's good? It's your man King Ray Ray back in the joint again. Now I came on a little bit earlier, man, when I was on my way to train my clients this morning, man, and the audio was bad on that one. And I felt like this deserves a good shot at being quality content. So I'm gonna redo this. And I've also gotten some comments that I'm gonna respond to while I put this particular version on. Now I've heard a lot of talk about this Gayle King, Lisa Leslie interview. And before I spoke on it, I wanted to let all the facts come out. I wanted to let all the emotional responses from these guys come out. And I wanted to sit back and observe what everyone thought about it before I spoke my 2 cents. So let's give the people a few minutes to get in here, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that. Y'all be patient. J Loud on the beat. Salute. AJ, salute, brother. Let's give the people a few minutes to get in the joint, man. Gayle King and the killing of black men's dreams. Godfidence, what's good, brother? Zoxis, I see you, brother. Peace to you. This is a topic that we have to touch on for the simple fact that it is putting my brothers in a less than honorable mind state. Fierce Soul, what's good, brother? Appreciate it. Legacy T, what's good, brother? Salute to you. Vaughn, what up, man? Abdullah, peace to you, brother. GC, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you being in the joint, fam. Mr. Savalis, what up with you, bro? Good to see you back with us, man. Now, we all know that the crux of this misunderstanding is based on one question that a woman asked in an entire interview. Valdez, what up? Now, was the question in poor taste? Yeah, it was in poor taste. Was it something that a journalist should never ask? No. It was a logical, reasonable question that a woman asked to someone who had a close relationship with the recently deceased Kobe Bryant. Long-term relationship. They were talking about the man's legacy. And for those of you who don't know, legacy is life. Your legacy is your life. Legacy is simply about attaining a certain level of excellence, a certain level of achievement in your life, your entire life, not just the good part, your entire life. And that seems to be where the problem is. You see, a lot of brothers have a weird fascination with every single word that comes out of a woman's mouth. See, my whole issue with it is not only is she just a journalist doing her job, but she's a female with female nature. What were you expecting? Were you expecting some niceness? Were you expecting anything else? I spoke about the example earlier of Nelly, who, when he was a very, very popular rapper, he had a concert, a benefit concert to raise money for bone marrow cancer awareness, which his sister died from. And this was before she died. Clark University was hosting it. You know, this all-female campus, they were hosting it in Atlanta. He dropped the tip drill video, which was on BET Uncut, which came on late night. He swiped the credit card down a stripper's butt. Later on, he said the girl asked him to do it. They canceled his benefit concert. He didn't care at first, but shortly after that, his sister died. So the pain that he felt from losing his sister, combined with the anger, combined with the fact that they shunned him, and he's thinking they deprived him of an opportunity that could have been the opportunity that saved his sister. You see how the mind works when you're in an emotional state? When you combine pain with anger, then your mind develops a fascination, a fantastical understanding of the current events. You know, female nature. That's what happens with females all the time. So that's just an example of how female nature does things from an emotional perspective. And your response to that is always going to be emotional if you don't take time to think. You noticed I'm the last one to speak on this. Why? Because I dare be logical every time I talk. Every time I talk. It took Brother O'Shea a while to speak on it too. He sat back and observed a little bit. But if you don't sit back and observe the scenario, then you cannot speak on it logically with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge like a reasonable man. We have to stop allowing what we now call female nature, which has been present since the beginning of time, since the story of Adam and Eve. Female nature has been what it has been. It is what it has always been. So why are men still being upset? I had someone come in and comment on the earlier version, and he said, well, it's deeper than that, BOA. If you think that this is a question she made up on her own, then it's deeper than you know it is. Now, brother, it ain't as deep as you think it is. Y'all kill me still talking about they using black women to drag. They've been dragging black men name down since we've been in this country, man. It just didn't start with black women talking bad about you. This country been talking bad about you as a black man, been painting a picture of you as a black. Y'all, man, let me tell you something. Y'all must forgot about Trayvon Martin. Y'all must forgot about Eric Garner. Most of y'all don't even know about Emmett Till. You ain't did no history. Y'all must forgot about all these incidences. Don't y'all understand that the bottom line is this? When you allow yourself to be caught up in your emotions about something that a woman said, about a man that has none, man, that man is gone, bruh. She ain't gonna tarnish his legacy. He's gone. Once you die, your legacy is what it is. People's legacy rarely changes after they die. And furthermore, that question is a part of his legacy. You don't get to only remember the good parts of people. Black men kill me. You're the same man that I have a cousin that's killing people and robbing them blind, kicking people doors in, killing everybody in the house, and then he go to jail. You got the audacity to be talking about free that fool. That boy don't deserve to be free. He don't need to be in prison. That boy need to be on death row. And you talking about freeing. Because you know what? You honor the bad part of his legacy as well. You can't pick and choose. Your life is your life. That's why we're taught to only do things that benefit us in our lives, to watch what we do. A decision you make today can affect you forever. The decision Kobe made at that time affected him forever. So whenever his name is mentioned, that rape charge is gonna come up. Whenever Snoop Dogg's name is mentioned, that murder charge is gonna come up. Whenever Boosie's name is mentioned, that charge is gonna come up. Whenever Birdman's name is mentioned, him being a crook is gonna come up. Whenever Suge Knight's name is mentioned, him running over a man, killing him, getting locked up is gonna come up. Him getting knocked out a couple of times is gonna come up. Every part of your life is attached to your legacy. And y'all know damn well you can't sit out here and act like it didn't happen. We talk about Malcolm X all the time, but we always give him props for coming up out of the quagmire of moral swampland that he was in when he was in prison, when he was a criminal and coming out of there, being a leader of the Nation of Islam, being one of the most respected leaders in our history. We give him props for that. Anybody else, we give them props for being out there. Man, all Kobe did was what a whole bunch of you men do. You got an old lady at home and you find a way to get you some on the side. But he was a high-profile athlete, and somebody wanted to come throw some charges at him, trying to get a come-up. Well, she got her come-up. But did it affect Kobe's legacy? No. He went on and run 2 more rings. In spite of it all. The split up with Shaq, the back and forth with Shaq, the running Shaq out of town accusations, he still came back and won 2 rings while he was on the way to having an 81-point game, which is more than your boy Michael Jordan ever scored, which is more than your boy LeBron ever scored, which is more than your boy Magic ever scored, which is more than your boy D Wade, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson ever scored. Y'all just want to have a reason to cry and bitch and moan and complain because y'all know damn well that question that woman asked did not affect Kobe's legacy. Y'all know that. It don't matter what she bring up. Kobe's legacy is cemented in history, man. He's always going to be considered in at least the top 4 players in the history of the game. There's going to be the discussion with him, LeBron, Kobe, or what it's going to be Kobe, LeBron, MJ, and Wilt. Those are going to be considered. And I go ahead and say 5 because you got to throw Kareem in there. He's the all-time leading scorer. He's always going to be considered top 5. It don't matter who plays, who does what. Because nobody that we see right now is probably going to win 5 championships with one team. With a whole cast of different players. And damn sure not being the only superstar on the team. The days of seeing a man win with one being the only superstar on his team ended with Kobe Bryant. Even LeBron had to have D Wade. And then he had to have Kyrie. And now he's got Anthony Davis. It's always got to be that way. KD had to have Steph. So his legacy is cemented. That's why we should have just ignored this woman. This woman has gotten more static, more steam. She's got a greater push to her name and her brand than she ever has with black men. Why? Because we perpetuate the energy that they want us to. This was her opportunity to get some visibility and she's milking it too. Oh, girl ain't doing too well because of the death threats. That's what your girl Oprah says. Well, she's not doing too well. She's miserable. She feels bad about this. Why y'all still talking about her? Acting like she's power. Do you know what kind of power that exudes when that woman can get you men in an uproar like that? She has got her finger on your emotional pulse, making you act out here, man. Like she your old lady or something. How do we know this isn't what she planned in the first place by asking that question? But y'all don't care. You're too busy feeling. You're too busy hurting. You're too busy. Oh, she can't come out. She shouldn't even brought that up. Well, what if, you know what? What if they don't bring up his championships? What if they don't bring out the team he carried when the best player on his team besides him was Pau Gasol? Not even the better of the Gasol brothers. I'd take Mark over Paul any day. What if they don't mention that? What if they don't mention the positive things he did for the WNBA? What if they just take all of those pictures down with him chilling at the games with his daughter? What if they take all of those down? You can't pick and choose what somebody say about somebody. If it's true, man. Y'all ain't even complaining about a lie. Y'all complaining because a woman asked a question that I don't get. Some other cat came out and said, well, you know, it's funny that, are they gonna ask the girl, the girl who accused him of rape? Are they going to ask her friends about what she thinks now about bringing up false rape accusation against somebody? That's emotional. Hell no, they ain't gonna even interview her. No, they ain't gonna interview her friends. We don't even remember that girl. Anybody in here right now, put that girl name in the chat. We don't know her. We never did know her. Showed her face one time just so we could see her. They had to show it to her, show us it was a white girl, and the rest of the time, man, it was all about Kobe. I was back watching games, man. Of course they not gonna interview her or her friends. Nobody's gonna listen to that. How are you gonna ask that question? Are they gonna interview her like they did Kobe? Kobe is a legend, man. He's a legend, a well-respected legend. Now, of course, there are other things we could discuss about, the powers that be, but we're not going to do that. That's not what this is about. This is about men, black men, once again being emotionally manipulated by the words of a woman. Just emotionally manipulated by the words of a woman. Easy. It's easy to manipulate black men. And then some brother come in and talk about, well, black women always tearing black men down. Man, you care about that? I tell you what, when you get up and go to work and they tell you, well, all the black women want you to make less money, then you come tell me, Dr. BOA, you got to talk about this. And I promise you, I'll talk about it. When they tell you, well, you can't drive your car no more. You gotta walk everywhere because the black women want the roads to themselves. Then you tell me that and I'll talk about it. When they say, well, you all got to get your woods cut off because the black women say they don't want your woods no more. They'll just use toys. Then you come tell me and I'll talk about it. When they tell you, you can't live in this country no more because the black women done took over this country and they kicking all y'all out. You come tell me about that. Then I'll talk about that. When they tell you, you can't wear pants no more, all y'all black men got to wear dresses now because the black women want to wear the pants in all the relationships. If they do that, you come tell me and say, Dr. BOA, you got to talk about this. I'll talk about it. But I ain't talking about no crap or no woman that asked a question about a man's true past. And y'all sitting up here crying about it. Y'all some emotional mother, boy. Let me tell y'all, man. Y'all brothers are being manipulated, man. And the only way you can be manipulated is emotionally. Most of us are too hip to be manipulated financially. You're not going to get us to buy into no damn Ponzi scheme and then like that. Most of us are too strong to be manipulated physically unless you're a big sorry sucker like Terry Crews who act like he can't defend himself against the advances of an old white dude. But most of us can defend ourselves pretty well. Or at least if we can't bite, we can show bark and bag somebody off us like he crazy. But most of us can do a pretty good job of handling ourselves physically. But emotionally, oh yeah, man, anytime somebody can pull you into your emotions, you're going to be manipulated. You're going to be manipulated. When you allow yourself to be pulled into anger by a woman, you are in trouble. You are going to respond like a female. You're going to be catty. You're going to call names. You're going to make public threats. You're going to do everything illogical that you wouldn't do if you were in your right frame of mind. Being in an emotional frame of mind is the wrong space for you to be. It's not the right idea for a man to have. You have to keep in mind, man, you and I know that this is just a social media ploy to keep y'all focusing on some bull while they over here doing the real thing behind y'all back. Keep being sheeple. Keep being sheeple. Keep following wherever the pastor who leads the flock astray leads you with his social media and his mass media and his trick box. Keep following, being manipulated, being told when to be happy, when to be sad, when to be mad, when to be glad. Gayle King ain't killing the dreams of the black man. You're killing your own dreams. Being suckered into some foolishness. Sitting around here angry. Half of y'all ain't never listened to Gayle King a day in your life. Probably couldn't pick out a lineup before this. Now, how many of you know about Gayle King for the first time? Don't you see how you've been used, man? Don't you see how you've been manipulated? CBS knew what it was doing. They intentionally took that part of that interview. This is one of their own interviewers. This is one of their own media representatives. This is one of their own journalists doing an interview on their behalf. Don't you understand they put this little piece out there on purpose to cause a stir for their struggling network? And here you guys go, being the sheeple that you always are, being a sucker for emotional manipulation. If you're going to be manipulated emotionally, at least let it be the woman that you got love for. At least you already love her. She got your heart. She got a part of you. She can manipulate you. At least you get some benefit from her manipulating. You might get some head, leather, bread from her, man. You can get some. You can't get nothing from Gayle King, man. All you can do is let her ride your coattail to be spread around the world through your social media rants and ravings, through your attacks. And you know what happens? When she does that, when she asks that question and brings up that image of Kobe, when you respond the way you do, it feeds into the idea that we're all animals. She brought that interview was set up to bring up that part of Kobe to remind the world that he's an animal, that he's a super predator. And what's your response? Instead of coming out, speaking on the man's behalf, speaking about what he did, he went to trial. Not one of them came and said that. They just went and attacked that woman like a damn super predator. Boy, it ain't nothing to get y'all to fulfill. And then you complain about, well, black women always talking bad about us. Well, how in the hell you gonna help it by going right back, proving them right? Behaving the way that they already try to perpetuate you as behaving. I don't understand you guys, man. I don't understand you guys, man. I don't understand it, brother. You have to understand when you're being taken advantage of. Now, what you need to do is look out into the world and see what's really going on while everybody focusing on Gayle King, while everybody focusing on something that happened. And this is going to sound harsh, but the fact is, what we're talking about right now is what a woman in an interview asked about a dead man. Kobe's gone, brothers. He ain't going to get locked up. They ain't going to open the case back up. That brother's gone. Bait and switch, baby. That's all that's happened. Bait and switch. And the real deal is this, man. You have to keep in mind that no matter what takes place, you have to understand that once you're at a certain level, you have crossed into certain agreements. There is only a certain level of success you can attain in this society before you enter into these agreements that the average man will never know about until he knocks on the door of that level of success and notoriety. So we, technically speaking, don't know what's at work in this entire scenario. But we do know one thing. At the very moment, the same thing that happened with Nelly, at the very moment he was vulnerable emotionally because of pain, they threw him together and took his mind off of everything he was focusing on by combining his anger with his pain. This is the same thing that's happening to you men right now. They're taking your sadness and pain because of losing your icon, your legend, and then they throw you a dose of anger When you combine anger and pain and frustration, a black man has no idea where he's going. He has no idea whether he's coming or going. He is in his feelings. And that is what has happened to you men behind this Gayle King interview. And I tell you like this, we must understand that a man in an emotional state is worthless. He cannot benefit himself, he cannot benefit his family, and he damn sure cannot benefit the movement, the struggle, or any other thing that we're doing to move ourselves ahead. I'm not going to harp on this too long, man. I wanted to come in here and touch on it, and now I'm going to leave it alone. Shout out to my brother SJ3, my brother GC, representing in here, holding the wrench. I see they didn't have to turn into the Grinch. Everyone else, I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. And we're going to head on out of here right about now. Y'all be easy, man. Y'all stay up. Stay in control, brothers. That's where we are right now. Y'all put God first and keep grinding and growing, my brothers. Peace. King Ray Ray in this bitch. Ah. Chuck Diesel.